The case study that I chose for this assignment is actually Princess Island Park. It's located on the north end of the Calgary downtown core. It takes up quite a bit of space. It's right along the Bow River and it's beautiful. So this is going to be a quick walkthrough of the area. So I took the train into downtown, drops you off on 7th Avenue Southwest. I just walked north about, I think, 6 or 7 or 8 blocks or so until we reached the outer edge of the downtown core where Princess Island Park is. So I finally made it to Princess Island Park after about 45 minutes on transit. This is just showing what's at the southern entrance of the park, kind of showing the buildings that you can see from this end of downtown. It's kind of honestly kind of a forgotten area a little bit. So you can see all the different types of buildings we got there. And so now walking through Princess Island Park, pretty much the first thing you're going to see, at least when you entered from where I entered from, is going to be the Peace Bridge. So really quick here, we're just going to cross the Peace Bridge. It goes over the Bow River and it pops us out on Memorial Drive, which is located in Sunnyside. So here's just a quick view of the other end of the Peace Bridge. Now this isn't Princess Island Park, but it's just the other end of the Peace Bridge, showing the skyline, the Bow River. It shows Memorial Drive, which is one of the busiest roads in Calgary, minus the highways. And you can see here, even at noon, middle of the day, there's still a bunch of people on Memorial Drive. And this is showing how weird Calgarians are for going jogging in minus 25. This is just showing that the Peace Bridge is actually only a pedestrian and cyclist bridge, so cars are not able to go onto this bridge. So that just makes it a little more environmentally friendly. It's a bridge that gets you from point A to point B without the use of a vehicle. And so here we're just back on Princess Island Park, so the other end of that Peace Bridge, and you can see that the pedestrian walkway is actually fairly large, and it's totally separate from the bike lane. It's big enough that, of course, now during times of COVID, we're able to social distance at 2 meters apart, just because of how wide this walkway is. And this is just something funny that I found. 2 meters is about the length of 3 geese. So this is just showing the cyclist pathway now. It's completely separate from the pedestrian one. It's not like adjacent, they're not next to each other, they're not the same pathway. They're completely different pathways, which I quite like. Saves you from almost getting run over by bikes. This building here is called the Concord, and I pretty much included it because it's right on the edge of Princess Island Park, and I really like this building. It's a luxury apartment building, and I think it looks pretty cool, so that's why I included that one there. This here just shows the rocks that are on the edge of the Bow River. Now, when Calgary flooded in 2013, a lot of those rocks avalanched into the water and, were very unsecure and unsafe. So you'll actually see a little bit later, Calgary is working on flood prevention, sustainability kind of stuff. So we'll see that a little bit later. Now these rocks are pretty interesting. This is just, I think they're just natural rocks which form a staircase down to the river. So this is a sort of, I don't know, I guess sustainable staircase, if you will. I quite like that. And then there's another one. This one is further away from the water. And in the summertime and the springtime, you'll actually see people just having picnics out here, just kind of hanging out, using it as a bench. It's great. So moving on from the outer edge of Princess Island Park, we are now crossing into the island area of Princess Island Park. So once we crossed over the Bow River onto the island, as you can see, this is where we are now. We are all the way on the west end, and I'm going to walk all the way to the east end and just show you everything that there is to see in this area. So this is the westernmost point of Princess Island Park. You got the Bow River on all sides. You can have a nice view of the Peace Bridge. I love that bridge. I think it looks so cool. I know some people don't, but I personally love it. Some benches, nice seating area, nice quiet little place over here. So this sign shows that this pathway in particular is actually a vehicle and pedestrian and cyclist pathway. So it's a share the road kind of idea. So you can see there's a truck parked on the other end, but you can also see that there were footprints in the snow, so people had been walking there. So welcome to Greater Princess Island Park, and by greater they just mean the actual island of Princess Island Park. So we're gonna take a quick walk. There wasn't a lot to see right away. We kind of had to get halfway between, like to the very center of the island. We kind of had to get there before we really saw anything. So I just time-lapsed myself really shakily walking until I found something interesting. So my next stop, I ended up here at the River Cafe. It is the only building located on Princess Island Park. It's obviously a cafe for your hot chocolate and coffee needs. They got sandwiches. I've never actually eaten here before, but I'd assume it's pretty good. There's their nice cute little sign there. This is the front of the building. I think it looks so cozy and so homey, and I love it. And then off to the left, I almost slipped right here, but off to the left, they have a nice outdoor patio. Of course, when it's not covered in snow. Just to the side of the River Cafe is a bunch of picnic tables and a big open field, so it's a great place to have family picnics. There's a lot of space, so could host a lot of people here. And then right next to those picnic tables, you can see this really large open field with no tables at all. So this is purely if you want to do like blanket picnicking kind of. And then adjacent to those two areas is this cute little playground for all the little kids. This is just something cute that I found in the park. It's Shakespeare in the Park. There are a couple benches for parents to watch their kiddos, you know, acting and pretending to be Shakespeare. I just thought that was adorable. Moving on, we're a little bit further east now, but there's a nice little fire pit with a bench going around. Cute little gathering spot, keep you warm in the winter. There's a lot of wildlife in this park, as there is in most parks. Of course, because I was in there in the winter, I didn't get too much footage, but here are some squirrels up in the trees. And here are some ducks that are just kind of chilling out in the Bow River. I honestly thought all these guys would be gone by now. I was not expecting to see any more ducks here, but there were actually quite a few, so here are them. Just chilling, minding their own business. Here's another pond that I found. This is on the easternmost point of the island. Another pond that I found just filled with more ducks. When I walked by the first time here, there were actually a lot of Canadian geese, but when I came back to take the video, they were all gone and I have no idea where they went. I looked for them, couldn't find them. And a sign, of course, coyotes in the area. Not during this time of the year, I don't think, but usually there are. It's actually pretty common that you'll see them just wandering around here. This is a quick little time lapse walking around the easternmost point of Princess Island Park. It's just a quick little nature trail. It's got some info signs posted all around, and I just time lapsed it so you can kind of see the loop. It's about a 5 to 10 minute walk, depending on how fast you walk. You can see that guy walking his dog up there. It's a nice little path. It's a nice little walkway. Here are all the signs that I found. So when it rains, it pours straight into the river. Steps to a cleaner river. Evaluation, the key to success. Take the stormwater challenge. Stop problems at the source. Building a wetland isn't easy. Wetlands are nature's water filters. From your home to theirs. Keeping it natural helps keep it clean. Beavers build wetlands too. Will our lifeline support us? And this is something I saw just as I was leaving, and I was like, okay, I'm done. There's actually a part of Princess Island Park that's blocked off right now to create a better flood barrier. Like I mentioned, Calgary flooded 2013, so we want to try to prevent anything terrible from happening again, so that was pretty cool. And then here are just some photos taken in the summertime, just so you can kind of see what it looks like when it's not covered in snow. And finally, there's the Canadian goose that I didn't get footage of today, but a really cool video that I took a while back.